I didn't find a place to put this. Oh, crap. Where should I put you? Currently live, though. You know what? I'm gonna be more late. Bye. Oh, hi. Hi. I'm trying to find a place to put you. I'm good. I just need to find a place to put this. Because I'm currently rushing. Because I'm like 5 minutes straight up, 5 minutes late. Did I put you? Here. Hey. Hi. Thank you. I don't know where to put you. Without showing my face on accident. Okay. Okay. Huh. You can a mask on. My parents would kill me if I did that. Because they're just like that. Um, Maybe if I can put you backwards. Duolingo is trying to get you to do a lesson. Oh, how's my birthday going? It's good. I got electric guitar, as you can see. Okay, I'm just gonna like cover you guys for a little bit. There you go. Can you turn your camera off? I actually don't know. There. That works for now. It's not a very good view, but actually that doesn't work either. Shut up. Happy birthday. Thank you. You're blow drying your hair right now? That's cool. Hold on. Let me just like put my mirror down. Don't mind my toes. Can't see them though. And don't mind my messy floor. There we go. Hi. I'll just hold you guys for now. Do you guys want to see the birthday special? I haven't really released him yet. Just gonna sit down for now. You can look at the alligator while I try to figure out how this works. Maybe if I... Happy birthday, thank you. Okay, maybe if I don't want to like face reveal here. Does that work? Sure, why not? Okay, wait, but you're on the wrong side. Hold on. Don't mind me, I'm very indecisive. Happy birthday, thank you. Thank you. I just need to find a place to set you, and then I'll be set. Maybe like that? The lamp's blinding you. Is that good? Well, this lamp's blinding you too. That's fine, I think. Let me just low-key get him real quick. Come here. Love the bracelet, thank you. You can't really see him. He's kind of a bad angle. He's kind of not finished. Thank you. I'm standing up now. Oh. This is the other side. Thank you. I repainted him like 15 times. It's actually more like 3, but I'm very indecisive and I could not get him right. I'm making murder drone claws right now. Oh, wow. I actually never watched Murder Drones. I watched like 5 seconds of the first episode and then I kind of just gave up on it. My bad. Don't mind my boring room behind there. Should I watch Murder Drones? Because, yes, I should. I'm putting you down. I'm putting you guys down too. I should watch Murder Drones. Okay, I need to get like a smaller dragon. I will be right back. I'll get you. Even though you're kind of broken. That's fine. I'm just gonna put you on the floor. He's kind of broken. I kind of ripped him, but that's okay. It'll work. Hold on, Pumpkini. I need to do something to you real quick. Come on. You. I think that works. Type something. Pumpkini, type something. Talk. Speak. His jaw's broken. I ripped him. He looks goofy. Can't hear anything over your blow dryer. Oh. That works. I guess, okay, where is... Over here. I think... There you are. We're not gonna talk about how I store my dragons. There, that works. You're back? Thank you. Hi. Welcome back. Nothing new happening right now. Oh, your ear is flappy. Slay? Okay, like, kind of scared me for a second. I don't know what to do. If you guys have any, like, questions about my dragons, lore, me, go ahead and ask. I'll answer them. Should I post a vid of my murder drone claws? I think you should. You should. I'll go see it. I'll go look at it. Wait, you're a mod now? You are. You very much are. Guys, my friend got me a 3D possum for my birthday because she knows I love possums. He's so silly. He wiggles. Oh, okay. You're going back on the shelf. Ah, passion. You used to have an opossum for a pet? Or a possum? I don't know which one it is, to be honest. I've seen them both used, possum, opossum. But personally, I don't know which one it is. I want a possum, but they also kind of scare me. Maybe because the ones in my backyard are just feral. I love that dragon, thank you. The design is actually made by Stardust, by the way, so I can't fully claim it since it's matching dragons. I'm not gonna fully claim the design because I kind of didn't design it. Yeah. I don't know what to do on this live. Hold on, maybe if I need to move. Don't get in the paint. Don't get in the paint. That's bad. I need to get something. That works. Do I know Undertale? Barely. I don't really. But I, like, barely know about it. Of Where are all my mods? They're like all disappearing. I've had like 2. Well, technically 1 that's already been a mod before. So, where did you go? Oh. Bye-bye. Okay, this light is honestly really annoying. Hold on. But then is it gonna be too dark? No, it's fine. Oh, that noise was not pleasant. What's his name? Are you referring to him? Thank you. You're not part of this. If you're referring to his name is, Happy Birthday. Oh, thank you. Finally, another mod has joined. I have 1 so far, I think. I think the other one left. But if you're referring to this one, his name is Coda. Oh, I should get Arrow out, even though he's broken. So maybe I shouldn't. I'm picking you guys up again. We're gonna go on an adventure. Where's the, like, best friend place name? Oh my gosh. Sorry, you've been working. That's okay. You just hurt yourself so hard? With what, your blow dryer? Oh, the inside of him is real crusty. We don't talk about that. Coda, I would die for you. Not to be, like, nitpicky, but you spelled his name wrong. It's actually spelled with a K. For later in I can't remember words. Just so you know. Not really a big a deal, though. Perfect. Happy 1 year closer to Death Day. Thanks. I would sell my heart and soul for you. Oh. Thanks. I just got back into one of my old cyber fiction and I'm worried, but only last a week anyway. Well, thanks. Wow. Closer to my death day. I haven't thought of that before. Thank you for that life-changing information. Very inspiring. I'll remember that forever. Thanks. Wow. 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 Thank you. Sorry, my bad. No, don't think of it like that. But it's technically true. The older you get, the closer you are to your death. Unless, like, I get hit by a car tomorrow. Which also might happen. Every second we're getting closer to death. Me, you, Blood Moon, everyone. No. Blood Moon's, she's immortal. Yeah, she'll never die. 100%. Headcanon. No, it's canon. I have a specific way I want to die. Oh, I do too, actually. You are immortal. You're always immortal. That's canon. Oh, wow, that's crusty. Oh, move. Oh. Anyways, yeah. Oh, now they're singing to me in chat. Wow, that's amazing. I hate when people sing it to me. To be honest, in real life, though, in chat, it's, like, fine. But in real life, when people sing to me, it's always so awkward for no reason. Canon. Very canon. You're never gonna die. You'll live forever. I cannot turn around in this. Can I set you down? I don't know. When I go to a restaurant and scream, I hid 60 million and swallow a stick of dynamite and die. Oh, well, oh, that's nice. Real nice. Oh, I'd rather clean my paintbrush. It's okay, it'll survive for a little bit. Even though half my paintbrushes are dried out, I need new ones. Kinda forgot how bored I get in lives. I mean, they can be fun, but I don't know what to do most of the time. Possum. Oh, he died. Sophia, okay, you are creeping out people, so I'm gonna just remove that. There we go. Please don't say that. Thank you. You do it again, you will be put on timeout. That's my rule. Hold on. Or I have another way I want to die. Go to a river with my family and friends and eat a squirrel and drown myself. Who's your top 5 favorite music artists? I like, oh, hello, Libby. That's hard. Why did I always forget who I listen to? I like Kimmy Dawson. She's probably one of my top ones. I can't remember the other one. Her last name is Lanker. Lanker? Adriana Lanker? I don't know. She sings Forward, Beck and Rebound. And anything, other half a turn, stuff like that. So she's probably my second. My third one is probably Alex G. Fourth, I like Billie Eilish. Fifth, I don't know. I can't remember. Have you heard of Ivy Comb? No. I don't think I have. I want snacks, but they're over there. And if I grab them, I'm gonna show my face. The Crane Wives? Oh yeah, you're known for, in my mind, you're known for loving those. I've heard some other songs. I like, yeah. Yes, you are. I love the dragon. Thank you. It's kind of hard to flip around in here because he's kind of big. You know what? I want, hold on. Okay, flip. Oh my gosh. I'm just gonna turn you around real quick. And have you stare at my dog for a second. Actually, hold on. Yeah, I'll look at my dog. Do you have a theme for Coda? Theme, like, what do you mean by, like, theme? I'm very slow. I'm getting food. mind me. I should listen to who? Sorry, I'm slow. Who should I listen to? Minsky. Sorry. Billy Eyelash. I only know 4 of those. Ivy Comb. Oh, a theme. Okay, if I tell you the theme, it's kind of gonna spoil my book, because he's, my favorite character from the book I'm writing. But if you want a little spoiler, then maybe then I might tell you. You hit 360 today. Oh, Mass, I'm so proud of you. What snacks do I have? Hold up. I have a lot of snacks. Not really, not a lot, but I have peanut M&Ms, Chips Ahoy, and a single cosmic brownie, because I ate the other one yesterday. I got them from my friends for my birthday. It's depressing. Hold up. I forgot what I'm doing. No, they're my snacks. I don't share. Not snacks. I share other my snacks. No. No. Snacks. You're too weak to grab them. Oh. Haha. Y'all died. Don't touch my snacks, y'all. Wait, now I want cookies. But you're out? Oh, I'll share cookies with you. If I could grab them. There. You can have all the cookies you want. Maybe if I don't fall down again. Oh. You can have all the cookies you want. Look. All the cookies you could ever imagine. Right here. Eat as much as you want. Steals your M&M flavor shape. Sharpie? Oh. I do have a Sharpie. I should actually... I was like about to lore drop on you guys for them, but I'm kind of like rethinking my decision. I'm gonna finish him while I'm talking to you guys. So if you have any questions about him, feel free to ask if you want. Lore? Lore? But I still have a full bag of Halloween candy. How do you still have Halloween candy? Mine disappears. Definitely not from me eating it. I mean, it's expired. Like, mine disappears so fast. Lore? Do y'all want lore? I can't sell. I suck at reading signs or whatever. I suck at explaining things too. Oh, oopsie. Currently. Lore, please. I'll give you lore in a second. Hold on. Let me finish this on him. Oh my gosh, my Sharpie's running out, guys. You know, it looks kind of rough, but that's okay. He's not supposed to be perfect. Why is my message just getting held? Oh, spamming. That's why. Okay, I need to get my paint out of here. Brother, move. Okay. Oh, hi, tree. I thought you... Oh. Okay, okay. Lore, yes or no? Steals chat's backbone. Oh. Oh, no. Yes, lore? Okay, I need to get something then. Where is he? Oh. I'm just blind. But that's, oh, there. It's gonna go up there. Lore now. Okay, so you all know this guy, right? And please tell me most of you have read the first and third chapters of my book, or else this is gonna be confusing for you. So you all know him. And yes, I know you have. I don't know about the other people though. No? Yes, you have? I can't tell what y'all are saying yes to or not. I'm not gonna eat now because I have to talk. You don't like reading? Wow. Wow. You forgot it? Never seen the book. Well, it's not a full book right now. I kind of want to get my computer. But if I leave to get my computer, maybe if I can find it, will y'all be entertained by whatever's showing? Or like, because I kind of forgot everything I ever written. Bye. I'll be fine. Read to us? I will if I could find my, want me to read? What? I don't really have anything here. Just give you some figures to look at while I leave, so you don't leave. There. I'll be right back. If I can find my computer. I may not be able to find it. Just don't leave. I'm leaving. I've come back. Hold up, let me put my fingers away. Anything cool happened while you were gone? While I was gone? I have my thing here. Steals Coda? Wow. Trip just stole my stuff while I was gone. You love rats. Wow. Oh yes, give him back. I've read. I have my story here. I'm on chapter 9. You're so worried. Why? Steals my liver cutely. Oh, that's nice. I guess. This chat is worrying. For some reason, all my chats are so freaky. Do I not have a water bottle? I don't have water. Wow. I'm thirsty. I'll be right back. If I'm gonna read, I need water. Or else I might just shrivel up and die like a dead plant. I'm back. You borrowed Coda? Y'all are just straight up stealing from each other. Sorry, I had to get water. You're feeling rizzy? Oh, my whole chat is freaky right now. Do y'all want me to read to you? Yes, no, maybe so. Except I kind of suck at reading. Y'all are so freaky right now. You remind me of my friends. Wait, who's here right now? Attendance. Attendance right now. Yes, you aren't freaky. I'm thankful for that. And bark if needed. You're acting like my class. Anyways. Here. I'll say here if you're here. I need to know who's here. Sophia, Blood Moon, Banana. Anyone else? There's 6 people watching. Edna? Oh, okay. Anyone else? Here? Okay, I will read to you. Maybe. I kind of suck at reading and I hate my voice. These are kind of annoying me right now. Debating whether I should read it you. Wait, who here has seen the chapters? Curious. Mother? Oh. Okay, who here has seen the chapters? I just need to know that. Say I have, if you've seen the first, second, and third chapter. I need to know which majority of you. From now on, I won't steal. Good. I have. I'm not you. Not looking so good, guys. Oh. Wow. So, should I read the first, second, and third chapter? I'm guessing I should, so you guys are not absolutely straight up confused. Bloodman, you won't care if I read it to you again? Or I didn't really read it to you the first time. Oh, please don't call me that. I'd rather you not. I don't like that. It's kind of... Thank you. I kind of forgot I have mods here that will do stuff for me because I'm terrified of actually putting people on timeout. I gotta go. Oh, that's fine. Bye. I'm trying to find something so you guys aren't like totally lost. Okay. Let me just... Where is it? It's somewhere in here. I know that. Wait, you or... Hold up. Who's... Sorry. I cannot say your name. Edna. Who are you referring to? Oh, there you are. Because you can... I was talking to Sophia. Not you, if that's what you're concerned about. Okay, for clarification before I read. You all know who this is if you've watched my channel. He's broken right now. So, he can't speak. But, Sophia, you're fine. Just don't call me that. It's just, I'm sorry, just don't. So, you know who this is. I hope. If you've watched my channel. This is Coda. And, yes. And, see him? That's Enar. For reference. You can call me Mother. I don't really mind that, I guess. You know who that is? I don't know who people left or not. Some people are just really silent, but that's okay. So I'll read to you. Blood Moon, are you still here? I just need to know if I have a mod here or not, or if I have to take care of the chat while I read. I need someone to put in charge. Your dragons are so cool. Glad this community isn't gone quite yet. Thank you. You're here? Okay, Blood Moon, you are in charge of people, alright? While I read, because I'm not going to be looking at the chat most of the time. I mean, I might glance at it every now and then, but you're okay with being in charge? Do you know my boundaries? Oh, Pumpkini, you can also be in charge. All my mods are in charge. Pretty sure. They're kind of the same as yours. Pretty much just follow your boundaries for my chat. I agree with all yours. Okay, I'll read now. Oh, hi, Ozzy. Okay. For clarification for the people who just got here, I'm going to be reading the first 3 chapters of my book, and I may read you the 4th chapter. So, for clarification, ask someone else in the chat. I'm not explaining it again. Oh, stop texting me. I don't have time for this. Where do I start? Okay. For clarification, the book title is called Shattered Bonds. For now, I may change it. I don't know. It depends on it. So, Chapter 1. I wasn't born to hate. It just wasn't in my nature. No matter what happened, no matter how bad I was hurt, I always still loved whoever hurt me. Until I met him. Okay, well, I don't hate him. No, not fully. No, not at all. I loved him. He was my best friend. The only person I hated was myself. Arrow stood in the corner of his den, trembling. She was dead. His mother was dead. His father, his own father. How could he? No, this is not how a father should act. It's not right. Why? Why? How could he kill his own mate? He shouldn't get away with this, but oh wait, he can. He will. He's the leader of this planet called Altair. Arrow thought as he stared blankly at his mother's limp body. Arrow slowly looked up at his father, the blood dripping from his jaws onto the cold, rocky floor. Okay, my eyes are not okay. Of their den sent chills up Arrow's spine. Flicking his tail, Arrow stood there, frozen in fear, wings spread out in a defensive manner. How could you? What's wrong with you? Why would you kill her? Your own mate. You loved her. She was my mother, Arrow cried, his voice breaking as salty tears fell from his deep red eyes. He lowered his tail in despair as he sobbed in the corner of his den. His father, Vyroth, half smiling, flicked his tail in amusement. You fool. You foolish little dragonette. You see, that's the thing. I never loved her. And no, she wasn't your mother. Don't you get it? I had to kill her, Vyroth shouted as he raised his wings and tail to show dominance over Arrow. Arrow stared at him, heartbroken. No, that doesn't add up. You should have killed whoever was my real mother, not her. Wait, hold up. Oh. Arrow hadn't realized it, but he was screaming by now, his voice breaking every time he made a sound, gasping with every breath he took. I loved her too much to kill her, but then I realized no one has to know that I had you from another female. If I killed your fake mother, then I could be with your real mother, and I wouldn't live in shame for the rest of my life. You forgot one more thing. The body. People will know she's missing. You'd be the only one to blame. I've already thought of that. We'll blame it on another dragon. Easy. I'm their leader. They'll have to believe me. I'll tell them. I'll tell everyone you killed my mother. No, you won't. And why's that? Because if you do, then I'll have no choice other than to kill you, too. It won't be a quick one either. It'll be a slow and agonizing death. You will suffer. Vyroth hissed as he approached Arrow slowly. Arrow gulped and tried to back away. But there was nowhere to go. He was trapped, cornered. Tears formed in Arrow's eyes as he trembled in fear as his father got closer. You'll need a quick trial of what I'll do to you if you tell anyone. Vyroth barked as he raised his paw. His claws were spread out, each one about 1.5 inches long, and sharp as thorns. Arrow cried out in pain as his father slashed a deep cut into his back shoulder. Arrow fell to the ground, stunned. Blood was gushing out from his shoulder wound. He couldn't get up. Tears fell from his eyes as he started to sob as he lay there. Virath paused and peered back at Arrow and scowled in disgust. And remember, son, boys don't cry, Virath hissed in disgust as he turned around and approached the body of his old mate. Arrow's vision was blurry as he fought the tears. His head felt light and dizzy from the loss of blood. He couldn't take it anymore. He cried out one last time until everything was too much. All he could see was black. Starting on to chapter 2. By the way, when I'm nervous, I tend to read fast, so if I'm reading too fast, just tell me to slow down and I will. So, any feedback would be nice too. No feedback? Maybe? Before I start? I'm Oh. Bro's having a stroke. Okay, no feedback. 5 out of 5 stars. Am I reading too fast? I feel like I am. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. No, I'm fine. Okay. Well, I'm gonna start chapter 2. Chapter 2. Looking around, he was surrounded by clouds. It was extremely cold, and Arrow was scared and confused until he realized he was dreaming. Flicking his tail curiously, he took a step forward and sniffed at the ground. He smelled something, but he couldn't tell what it was. He walked around for a while, searching for any sign of someone or something. This is an odd dream, he thought, looking around. Pausing, he noticed his shoulder wound was healed. He flicked his tail in comfort, even though this was a dream. He looked back in front of him and froze. There was a silhouette of a bigger male dragon. It stared at him, slowly flicking the tip of its tail. Arrow backed up and gulped nervously. It wasn't your fault. No one could have prevented it, the dragon said in a deep, raspy voice. What did it mean? Was it talking about his mother's death? I mean, it had to have been. No one else he knew had died. What are you talking about? My mother? Because I could have prevented that if I... No, I'm not gonna... Hold up. Right there. You can look at that. I can't pronounce that. There, you had your time to look at it. So. The dragon stuttered. Its voice was cutting out. What was it saying? I didn't quite get that. What? Arrow asked nervously. He blinked for a split second, and the dragon was gone. Arrow was awakened by the shrill-sounding howl coming from outside his den, followed by a loud growl and more high-pitched shrieks. He jerked his head up and flicked his tail anxiously. He struggled to get up, as the pain in his shoulder was too much. Once he got to his paws, he limped over to the entrance of a den and poked his head out to see what was going on. He froze, feeling paralyzed as he spotted Aleph, the leader of Borarath, face to face with Vyroth, Arrow's father, the leader of Altair, and Borarath's strongest dragons at war with Altair's dragons. His eyes darted around the horrid scene. Blood splattered onto the rocks and sand as the dragons slashed and clawed at each other viciously. Arrow backed up, terrified. If any dragons from Borarath noticed him, he would be dead. He couldn't fight in his condition. Hold on, I gotta fix something. Backing up into the corner, he hid in the shadows so he wouldn't easily be spotted. As Arrow glanced up, his tail immediately dropped to the ground in fear, as he spotted the silhouette of another dragon. The dragon approached him slowly, with its head lowered and the wings relaxed. Arrow crouched into a defensive position, baring his teeth and growling, ready to pounce, but immediately relaxing as he noticed the familiar figure and voice of his friend, Carp, one of the planet's Salvians. Carp helped take care of other dragons, both physically and mentally. He stood up and flicked his tail, still nervous, but calmer now that his friend was here. Carp approached him and pressed his body next to Arrow's and kept his eyes locked on the entrance of the den, ready to fight if anyone came in. Arrow rested his head on Carp's back and gave Carp a small lick of comfort. Low-key terrifying. Hold up. My door needs to stop opening randomly. Where was I? Oh. Arrow crouched into a defensive position, baring his teeth. Oh, wait. Hold up. But immediately relaxing as he recognized the familiar figure and voice of his friend, Carp, one of the planet's Salvians. Carp helped take care of other dragons both physically and mentally. He stood up and flicked his tail, still nervous but calmer now that his friend was here. Wait, I've already read this. Oh well. Carp approached him and pressed his body next to Arrow's and kept his eyes locked on the entrance to the den, ready to fight if anyone came in. Arrow rested his head on Carp's back, and Carp gave him a small look of comfort. Carp flicked his tail in acknowledgement, but kept his eyes focused on the entrance. I need to stop looking at the thing. Oh my gosh. Arrow flinched as two dragons crashed into the wall of the den as they rolled around, slashing and fighting with each other, blood splattering onto the floors and walls. Carp chittered and lifted his head and wings to protect Arrow. As the enemy dragon from Borath noticed them and growled, eyes filled with rage. Arrow noticed the dragon from Borath, a large, smoky gray male with yellow eyes. His name was Silvern. Oh, thank you. I kind of cringe at books that give animals humanistic characters, like clothes. I'm sorry. That's just how I am. I make them actual animals. Anyways, moving on. I met him when the leader of Borath and a few other dragons came to Altair to discuss something with his father. He seemed so nice, but now I could barely recognize him, Arrow thought as he glanced down at the Altair dragon. At the Altair dragon Silver was fighting. It was Asteroid, a velvet-colored female dragon who Arrow would sometimes talk to when he went to visit Carp. She helped collect the healing crystals. She lay there motionless. Arrow couldn't tell if she was dead or just stunned, but he didn't have a good feeling about her being alive. He glanced up at Silvern, who was staring directly at Carp, blood dripping from his jaws onto the cold, rocky floor. His stomach turned as he examined this horrific scene. Arrow crouched down to the floor as Silvern ran up and leapt, about to land directly on Carp, his jaws aiming at Carp's neck. Arrow's eyes widened as he instinctively leapt and dug his claws into Silvern's side and locked his jaws onto the large dragon's body, pushing him away from the direction of Carp. The two dragons slammed into the wall of the den, both snarling and slashing at each other with their claws. Silvern had a huge size advantage, but Arrow was quicker, even though his shoulder was wounded. Carp lashed his tail nervously as he ran over to help Arrow. Arrow raised his paw and slashed a huge gash into Silvern's eye, leaving Silvern blinded by the stream of blood gushing from his eye. He jumped back, yowling, as he shook his head and flapped his wings violently. Carp took this as an opportunity and pounced on Silver's neck and latched his jaws around it. Silvern yelped and took his paw and dug them into Carp's back. Arrow hissed as Carp shrieked and fell to the ground. Silvern gasped as blood gushed from his throat and struggled to breathe. This would be a bedtime story? Wow. Silvern collapsed onto the ground and lay there, eyes wide and gasping for air until his heart stopped as he took one more breath, then fell silent. Arrow's stomach turned as he stared at Silvern's lifeless body. He glanced weakly over at Carp, who was laying on the floor, his back ripped to shreds and his body twitching. Arrow limped over to him and collapsed next to him. Arrow's body was torn, but not nearly as bad as Carp's. Arrow took all his strength to get up and lay there next to Carp. Flicking his tail anxiously, he cried softly as Carp stared up at him, breathing rapidly. Is he dead? Is Silvern dead? Carp rasped in a weak and tired voice. Arrow nodded as he crouched down, laying his head on Carp's stomach. I'm sorry. I never wanted this to be the end, but you're still here. I saved you. I saved you. That's all I wanted, for you to live. Please don't let this be in vain. Please, for the love of me, live for the both of us. Carp finally choked out as blood seeped from his mouth and made a small puddle underneath his snout. He looked up at Arrow one more time, then slowly looked down and became stiff, silent, his eyes filled with sorrow. Yet he looked so peaceful at the same time. Arrow pushed his body closer to Carp's. He lay there as he felt Carp's body slowly get colder. His eyes widened in horror, and tears poured from his eyes as it finally hit him. Carp was dead. Oh, I don't care. Stop texting me. Okay, chapter 3. Any other feedback? Oh, I think I upset my chat. My bad. Don't worry, guys. It's okay. No other feedback? Oh, my bad. My bad, guys. Anyways, I'm gonna continue. Chapter 3. Arrow finally got up after laying next to Carp's body till sunrise. He groaned, his body stiff, wounded, and sore from the fight, exhausted from the stress of everything. Glancing around his den, his stomach twisted. I don't care. Wait. Brother. Hold up. Let me just... Okay. Glancing around his den, his stomach twisted. Carp, Silvern, and Asteroid's body lay there, limp, blood accumulating from under every one of them, the blood soaking into the ground of his den. Arrow limped over to the entrance of the den. He peered out cautiously and winced at what he saw. The dead bodies of dragons from Borath and Altar lay scattered across the sandy ground. He glanced to his left and saw his father. Aleph, and Anitha, the leader of Carapine. Wait, what is she doing here? Wasn't this fight between Borath and Altair? What's Carapine doing here? Arrow questioned as he slowly limped over to them, trying his best to hide the pain he was feeling from his wounds and from Carp's death. As he got closer, he realized it wasn't just Anitha, but also a few other dragons from Carapine. The Borath dragons must have noticed him first, because they turned their heads and growled at him as they flicked their tails cautiously. The leaders and the rest of dragons turned their heads to see what all the fuss was about. Vyroth recognized his dragonette instantly and walked over to them, eyeing the Borath dragons. What's Carapine doing here? Wasn't this only a fight between Borath and Altair? Errol whispered softly as he looked up at his father. Carapine is here to help us. Have you seen Carp anywhere? Vyroth stopped talking once he noticed the tears and slashes carved in Arrow's flesh. Even though there's not tears, but okay. Arrow noticed his father's tail was lashing irritably. What happened? Where's Carp? Arrow hissed in a harsh tone. Carp is dead. So is the asteroid. They died in a battle with Silvern. I was also injured by him, but nothing life-threatening. Anitha, may I please borrow your Salvian you have with you, just until I can somehow find another well-trained Salvian? Vyroth hissed as he looked over to Anitha. Anitha looked down at Arrow and stared at him for a while, thinking. Arrow looked back at her empty black eyes, and then looked up at her large cream-colored antlers and her pure white pelt. Yes, you may. Anitha finally replied as she took her head to find her Salvian in the crowd behind her. Enar, please come and treat Arrow for me. A blue and black dragon emerged from the crowd and nodded as he trotted over to Arrow and then peered back at Anitha. Yes, Arrow, would you show Enar where the Salvian's den is? Anitha suggested as she stomped her hoof into the sand, kicking sand into the air. Arrow shot a weary glance at Enar and looked away slowly as he limped his way over to Carp's old den. He could feel Enar staring at him, so he glanced over and let out a soft growl from his throat. Enar swayed his tail curiously and looked away. Once they arrived at Carp's old den, Arrow sat down on the floor and watched as Enar looked around, getting used to his new environment. Enar turned his head and examined Arrow from a distance. Can you explain to me what exactly happened in the fight? Enar questioned as he sat down, observing Arrow from a short distance away. Arrow looked up at him, his body softly shaking uncontrollably. All the light in his eyes was gone. Arrow slowly looked back down at the floor, his mind racing with the memories of his father murdering his mother and of him abusing Arrow out of anger. It hadn't really hit him. None of it had. His mother was gone, forever. He will never see her again. Carp was dead. His best friend was gone. Arrow shot a doubtful look up at Enar, who was still staring at him, waiting for an answer. Why would he even want to help me? I mean, he was told to. Or maybe he just pities me. I can take care of myself, Arrow doubted as he glared back up at Enar and flicked his tail irritably. Enar stared at him with a soft and understanding look in his eyes, and sighed as he lowered his head. Okay, look, can you at least tell me where it hurts the most? Enar asked in a soft, comforting tone as he walked over to the wall of the den that had a bunch of holes that held crystals in them. My shoulder, Arrow muttered, as he kept his eyes locked on Enar. As ENR picked up a purple crystal, Arrow shifted uncomfortably as ENR approached him with the crystal. ENR dropped it and looked back up at Arrow. Listen, I'm not here to hurt you, okay? I just want to help. So please let me do my job and help you. ENR sighed as he picked the crystal back up and approached Arrow again. Arrow slowly nodded and flicked his tail cautiously as ENR approached him. ENR sat down and crushed the crystal with his claws and raised his paw slightly so he could rub it into the wounds to help ease the pain. Arrow flinched slightly and stiffened as ENR lifted his paw, remembering what his father did to him. He crouched down, away from ENR, and hissed, his claws digging into the ground in fear. ENR's eyes widened in suspicion, and he flicked his tail curious. You know what? Oh, okay, I'll fix it later. As he lowered his paws and crouched down to Arrow's level. Arrow, again, I'm not going to hurt you, I promise, ENR reassured him, as he slowly stretched out his paw to rub the crystal into the wounds. ENR purred softly as he felt Arrow relax. Once he put his paw on him, Arrow wrapped his tail around his body as he lay there while ENR treated his wounds. Arrow laid his head on the ground, but still kept a cautious eye on ENR to make sure he didn't do anything he shouldn't. Arrow was exhausted from the night before and from not sleeping much, so he finally fell asleep as ENR continued treating his wounds. Arrow woke up to the sound of footsteps. I'll read that later. Now I lost my spot. He lifted his head and looked around. ENR wasn't in the den anymore. Arrow flicked his tail, stood up, and stretched. His wounds felt a lot better, and he could walk normally now, but he knew he probably shouldn't run yet. As he stepped out of the den, he noticed the boar wrath dragons were on their way back to their planet. Arrow looked around to see if Carapine had left yet, but they were still clustered out in the middle of the 4 mountains that surrounded them. Arrow slowly made his way over to them and politely pushed his way through the crowd of Carapine dragons to make his way over to the Altair group. As he was walking, another dragon moved in front of him, growling. With its head high, Arrow flinched and flicked his tail irritably and lashed his teeth at him. The dragon took this as a threat and leapt onto Arrow and dug his claws into Arrow's thigh. Arrow yowled, flipped around, and kicked and scratched at the dragon with his back legs. The dragon shrieked and let go of Arrow. Arrow stumbled and shook his head, blood splattering everywhere from the gash on his nose. The dragon was about to pounce back at Arrow, but was pinned to the floor by another male dragon. Arrow's gaze shifted, his pupils shifting into tiny slits as he recognized the dragon. It was ENR. Okay, I'm gonna just read the chat for a second. It's the end of the chapter. Yes, it is filled with agony and pain. The best part. You're okay. You're writing a book? Oh, personally, I'd never read a book with my friends, just because my friends are, all preppy, and, yeah. Anyways, chapter 4. Anything else to say before I read again? Because I don't really respond to chat when reading. No? Am I loud enough? Can y'all hear me okay? Don't fall, please. You're speechless. At least tell me how my volume is. I usually talk choir. Nope. Yeah, we hear you fine. Okay. Now I'm going to continue reading. Okay. Chapter 4. ENR lashed his tail as a deep growl escaped his throat. The other dragons hissed, but didn't try to fight back. Arrow flinched as Anitha approached the 3 and narrowed her eyes. ENR, get off Coda, Anitha demanded as she flicked her tails and stomped her hoof, kicking up sand. ENR cursed at Coda under his breath and let Coda go. Coda, come with me, Anitha hissed, angry. Sorry, I need to fix this. Anger flicked across her face. Coda stomped his paw and stayed put. Anitha snorted and approached him and lowered her head to his level and pulled back her lips, exposing a rows of small, thin, needle-like teeth, and spat. Now, Anitha spat as she lifted her head and turned around and walked off. Coda hesitantly trotted off to follow her, his tail tucked. Arrow watched as Coda and Anitha left, then glanced over at ENR and blinked curiously, still trying to process what had just happened. Oh. Arrow felt cold air breathe down his neck, sending a chill down his spine. Arrow peered over his shoulder, and his heart dropped as 2 pairs of eyes stared back at him, aggression flicking through them. His father. Arrow flicked his tail uncomfortably as he got up and spun around, digging his claws into the murky sand, splattered with the crimson-red blood from the fights. What did he want? What did I do wrong this time? What's he thinking? God, what's he gonna do to me? Don't hurt me, don't hurt me. For the love of God, don't hurt me. Please, I can't take it anymore. Arrow thought, his breath quickening, his heart racing in fear. If his father had the balls to kill his own mate, he wouldn't hesitate to kill his son. Byroth didn't speak. He didn't even blink. He just stared at Arrow with disgust in his eyes. Flashbacks of his mother's blood dripping from his father's merciless jaws flashed through his mind. Tears formed in Arrow's eyes. He shot his head down, trying to hide the fact that he was about to cry from his father. He knew he wasn't supposed to cry. Crying was a sign of weakness. He knew that. He's been told that his entire life. He glanced back up once he heard his father's footsteps retreating, along with a low growl mixed in and a sigh from his father. He was disappointed in Arrow. What's new? Arrow flicked his tail flicked his tail in guilt inside. He was exhausted and famished. It was a horrible combination. He could not hunt in his condition either. It was no use. He wouldn't catch anything like this. If Arrow wanted to eat, he'd have to ask someone. But who? He couldn't ask his father. He would just get called weak or get told to suck it up. Or worse, he'd get hurt. It would be no use. Arrow's heart raced as his eyes met Ionar's. He could ask him. What? No. No. What am I thinking? I can't ask him. That'd be stupid. But it is his job to take care of the injured, right? I mean, he's a Salvan for a reason. So technically, Ionar would help him, but most likely out of pity. Arrow speculated as he turned around to head back to his den. Arrow slowly walked to his den, trying his best to ignore the gnawing pain in his shoulder. As Arrow padded into his den, his stomach dropped, and tears formed in his eyes. He forgot. He forgot that the bodies were still here. A flash of horror flickered across Arrow's face as his gaze locked onto Carp's stiff, lifeless body laying in the corner. He couldn't take his eyes off it. It's like something wanted him to look at it. He was frozen. The smell was noxious. It made him sick. Arrow slowly padded over to Carp's body and stared down at it. His tears dripped down onto Carp's body, the salty liquid seeping into Carp's blood-stained fur. Arrow sighed and grabbed Carp's neck and grasped it in his jaws as he dragged the body out of his den and down into the ravine with a small stream. Arrow dug his claws into the sandy dirt and dug. For hours, he just dug. Tears fell from his eyes as he dug his best friend's grave. It was sickening. Memories of the past flooded into Arrow's mind. Memories of him and Carp through their lives. They met each other at a very young age. Around 5 months old, they met. They've been inseparable ever since. Until now. But hey, every relationship has to end at some point. I just wish I could have helped him more. I was useless. Arrow thought as he started digging faster. The wound on his shoulder had ripped back open. The blood was oozing out, mixing in with the sandy dirt. Arrow lashed his tail from side to side rapidly. His breathing intensified until he couldn't dig anymore. Everything he had ever cared about was gone. His father. Then his best friend. Now he stuck with his merciless father. Arrow laid there, next to a hole he had dug, next to Carp's cold body. He didn't know what to do, where to go. There was nothing left for him. Nothing. Oh, where am I? Arrow jumped to his paws as he heard a rustle from the bushes next to him. A silhouette of a dragon. Hold on, I need to... Oh. Silhouette of a dragon slipped out from the bushes and stared at him. Arrow stepped over Carp's dead body and growled. He immediately relaxed as he recognized the light, icy blue eyes that beamed back to him. It was Ionar. Arrow dug his claws into the dirt. Oh, okay then. Arrow dug his claws into the dirt and lowered his head and let a soft growl escape his throat. Ionar's eyes beamed as he swayed his tail back and forth. Ionar took a step forward, but instantly stopped as his eyes focused on Carp's dead body that Arrow was standing over. Ionar's gaze softened as he realized what Arrow was doing. There was a slight pause, but Ionar flinched as he realized that Arrow's wound had opened up again, and it looked worse than before. Ionar's gaze Ionar cautiously stepped forwards, trying his best not to frighten Arrow, or cause him to feel threatened and attack. Arrow's deep red eyes narrowed. His fully red eyes turning into small red-black slits, engulfed in black. Back up, Arrow spat. The spikes on his back arose in a defensive manner, and he raised his wings in defense. Eonar nodded and turned around and scampered off deeper into the woods. Arrow lashed his tail and stared down at Carp's body before he finally buried it. Arrow laid by the grave for a while, before he finally got up and started to make his way over to his den, to figure out what to do with the rest of the bodies. Once Arrow made it back to his den, he flinched as he saw Eonar waiting outside of his entrance to his den. Yeah. Eonar was holding a plump, dead jackrabbit in his jaws. His tail was thumping on the floor. Arrow stepped back cautiously and lashed the tip of his tail from side to side. He peered into his den and noticed both of the bodies were gone. Arrow glanced wearily at Eonar. Eonar set the jackrabbit down and sighed. I'm not here to hurt you, Arrow. I can promise you that. I just thought that since you couldn't hunt, and that you probably haven't eaten for a few days, that you might want something to eat. So I brought you this. Now, you don't have to eat it, of course. Just thought you might want to. And about the bodies. I got your father to move them. Most of the Altarian Carapine dragons are helping bury them. Carapine will be leaving in the morning, but I will make sure to bring something for you to eat before I go, alright? Eonar assured as he pushed the rabbit towards Arrow with his paw, then bounded off towards the main area of the canyon. Arrow's eyes beamed in the last bits of golden sunlight as the sun lowered behind the mountains. Arrow took a step forward and swayed his tail from side to side as he watched Eonar leave. Suddenly, he felt all alone, but at the same time, he felt whole, like there was something to live up to. Someone to live up to. Oh, wow. Arrow padded over to the rabbit, picked it up, and brought it into the den. Arrow curled up in the corner of the den. The scent of death and blood still lingered, but it wasn't as bad as it was before. Arrow gulped down the rabbit and buried the bones. He laid there in the corner as he watched the last remains of light disappear behind the mountains. Arrow's eyelids felt heavy, but he couldn't sleep. His body wouldn't let him. He lay there, trying his best not to think about the death of his mother, and the death of Carp. It just hurts too much to think about it. It was almost impossible to not think about it. He couldn't shake it from his thoughts, until finally he fell asleep. His body finally let him rest. Okay, that's the end of that chapter. I'm going to read one more. But any other, thoughts, feedbacks, whatever. Any other feedback? No? Maybe? Slow down? Maybe? I don't know. Are we ready to continue? Then I'm invested. Wait, hold on. Okay, I just needed to make sure I actually finished the 5th chapter. Wait, are we on the 5th or 4th? 5th. If you like the book, by the way, I may read one more or 2 more chapters. I don't know. I kind of have to go soon because it's my birthday and I'm gonna go celebrate. I might just read one more. But if you are in like this, then it will be published on Amazon maybe by the next school year. So for me, August. But I don't know. It's 3rd quarter with school and very, 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 very busy. And so I don't have a lot of time to write, but I do in between stuff, so I don't know exactly when it'll be published, but within the year. So, chapter 5. Oh, okay. Chapter 5. Arrow was... Oh, hold on. Oh, yeah, sing again. Thank you. Arrow was jerked awake by a sudden cold chill. His eyes snapped open. His heart dropped. Where was he? This wasn't his den. Well, it was, but it also wasn't. It looked identical to his den, but there was a thick, cold fog that covered the ground, and everything was dark gray and grayish-blue kind of color. There were light blue particles floating around in the air. It was cold. Arrow flicked his tail nervously. The fog danced around his tail after he flicked it. Arrow took a step forward. The frog wrapped around his leg, then vanished. Arrow ran out of his den and looked around. No one was in sight. What was happening? His heart was pounding in fear. Was this a dream? No, it can't be. It feels so real. Arrow walked until he was in the middle of the canyon, surrounded by fog. Arrow lashed his tail nervously. He backed up slowly and spun around as he felt something extremely cold and soft touch him. His eyes narrowed into small red slits. They shook violently as tears formed in them. Karp was standing there. He wasn't hurt at all. Not a single scratch. Your wounds seem to have healed nicely, Karp pointed out as he turned his attention to Arrow's wounds, but then narrowed his eyes as he noticed a few new ones he didn't recognize, but he decided to ignore them for now. I'm sorry. I never forgot to thank you, wait, hold on. Arrow whispered as his voice broke. Thank me. For what? Karp asked, sounding a little shocked, looking at Arrow with confusion in his eyes. Arrow looked up at him and smiled softly, tears forming in his eyes as he lowered his head. For everything. I never got to say just how thankful I am for you. You've always been there for me, through the good and the bad. You always protected me, even if it risks you getting hurt. Or in this instant, instant. Oh, I spelled that wrong. Risking your life. No matter what, you've always stuck with me. I know I'm not the best at showing how I feel for reasons you may know. With you, it's always been something different. I feel like I can trust you, and you won't ever use it against me. It's something different, Arrow muttered, shifting his weight from paw to paw nervously. Karp twitched his ear and looked down at Arrow. For a moment, Arrow saw a flash of admiration flicker across Karp's face, his flame-colored eyes gleaming in this cold and dense environment. After what seemed like forever, Karp finally replied in a soft and gentle tone. Arrow, there's no need to thank me. I've just done what I've always been sent to do. I know the pain of losing me must feel devastating, but trust me, you will never truly be alone. I will be there, although you can't see me. I'm with you everywhere you go, protecting you. But I need you to move on. Your time is far from over. There is something very important you must fulfill, and you cannot fulfill it when you are dead. Karp replied as he pressed against Arrow, wrapping his tail around Arrow's in an affectionate manner. What do you mean you're always with me? And fulfill? What do I need to fulfill? Why? When? Arrow hissed frantically. The temperature seemed to drop as he spoke. He felt eyes digging to the back of his head. He glanced over his shoulder, but no one was there. He turned back to Karp, waiting for an answer. I'm sorry, sweetheart, but I cannot tell you. But there is something you must know. Keep aware of the one with a silver stare, for his gaze is not to be trusted, Karp informed in a serious but heartfelt tone. Arrow's eyes narrowed in confusion and lifted a paw. What's that mean? What's a silver stare? Arrow asked, glancing behind him once more as the feeling of being watched became stronger. But when he looked back to Karp, he was gone. Arrow's tail immediately thumped to the floor in realization. Karp was gone once more. Arrow was alone with his thoughts, his memories. It felt like Karp had left him once again. Tears formed in his eyes, then soon started to flood out, in a shiny silver stream of despair. Would he ever see Karp again? How does he get back to reality? Better yet, can he get back? Okay, I'm probably going to read one more because that was kind of short. Hold on. Hold on, let me just add something. Okay, so one more, I guess. How long is this one? Okay, I want to read two more, but I don't want to spoil the whole book. What do you think? Should I read one more or two more? Plus this live is kind of long. I don't know. Should I read one more or two more? I'm an indecisive person, guys. One more? None. No, I'm reading one more if you like it or not. So, one more? I guess? Any feedback? No? Okay. Okay, I'll read one more. Let's just see how long this one is. It's like 2 pages. Chapter 5 made me cry. That was the goal. Oh, I spelled that wrong. Okay, Chapter 6. His eyes snapped open as he felt a distant breeze brush past the feathers on his tail. He lifted his head and jumped to his paws and crouched into a defensive position, ready to lunge at anyone who came too close. Letting out a warning hiss, his claws dug deeper into the stand. Yet he calmed down the slightest as he saw who was in front of him. Eonar, hold on. Yeah. Just one more. I'm not going to spoil the whole book. This book's kind of long, too, so
It's not spoiling too much, but yeah. He lifted his head and jumped to his paws and crouched into a defensive position, ready to lunge at anyone who came too close. Letting out a warning hiss, his claws dug deeper into the sand. Yet he calmed down the slightest as he saw who stood in front of him. Eonar. Eonar looked at him and blinked as he set down the few mice he held in his jaws. Eonar crouched down slightly, as to not look too intimidating to Arrow, trying his best not to startle him. Arrow glanced down at the mice and realized just how hungry he actually was. Arrow glanced back at Eonar and then back at the mice. Go ahead. I brought those for you. I promised I would leave you something before I left. Eonar reminded him in a soft and gentle tone. Arrow blinked and glanced down at the mice and slowly crept towards them and started taking small bites from them. Eonar watched him for a little, then flicked his tail as he turned off towards the main part of the canyon. Hold on, I need to see something. Okay, I'll read this one because this one's kind of important when it comes to him. Arrow suddenly had a strong feeling of dread, although he wasn't fully sure as to why. After Arrow finished the mice, he sat there, staring at the bloody scraps and bones. Flashes of the time he spent with Eonar in that place filled his train of thought. Keep aware of the one with silver stare, for his gaze is not to be trusted, was the last thing Carp had said to him before he left. Arrow had no clue what it meant, though. It made no sense. Did it have a meaning? No, of course it did. Carp wouldn't give him something useless if he knew Arrow would try to make sense of it. It finally clicked. Arrow was back in reality. Soon, everything he ever cared for would be gone. Hold on. Just gonna fix this. But it just still didn't feel real. No, he didn't want it to be real. He wanted Carp back. He wanted his mother back. He wanted them there with him. But that would never happen. Not now, not later, not ever. A streak of warm sunlight seeped through the crack in the wall of his den, gleaming down on the tip of his feathery tail. Arrow dragged his tail against the sandy ground as he trudged out of his den. He found himself following after Eonar. He arrived a few wingspans away from the group of carapine dragons getting ready to leave. He didn't spot Eonar anywhere, nor Anitha. Surely the planet can't leave without Anitha, so where was she? Yeah, you will be able to buy it. It'll be published on Amazon for like $10. I don't know how much actually. Arrow's body tensed up as he heard a familiar voice whisper his name from behind him. He spun around to find himself face to face with Coda, the dragon who was always seen hanging around Eonar. Arrow glanced down at the floor, not wanting to meet Coda's piercing gaze. Where's Eonar? Yes. Coda spat, lashing his tail restlessly. Shouldn't you know? Why are you asking me? Arrow hissed back, digging his claws into the sandy rocks, making a high-pitched scraping noise. Coda rolled his eyes and cursed Arrow out under his breath. Because he was last seen entering your den, therefore my reason for asking you, Coda growled as he grabbed his Arrow's head with his tail and yanked it towards him. So Arrow had no choice but to look at him. Arrow hissed and spat as he whipped his head down, breaking free from Coda's haunting grip. Arrow bared his teeth and as he stared straight into Coda's gaze and growled, He already left. I don't know where he is. Go harass someone else. Coda's black pupils formed in the slits until it was only a black slit engulfed by the sea of shiny silver. This is this dragon, by the way, Coda, just for newcomers. What? Did you kill him? No, like you killed Carp? Coda snarled, lashing his tail furiously. Arrow was left speechless. His eyes narrowed in the black slits as he held his head high and spat back. He lashed his tail into the ground, making a loud thump, kicking dust into the air. I did not kill Carp. He was killed in a battle by a Borath dragon. Everyone knows that, Arrow hissed, rage bubbling up in him, a rage he had not felt in a long time. Coda scoffed as he stomped his front paw and glared at Arrow. I wouldn't be surprised if you killed your mother as well. Coda spat as he turned around and started to walk off. Arrow froze, his gaze widening in shock and horror. How did he know about his mother? Not even all the Altair dragons knew about his mother's death. Where did he find out about it? Something in Arrow must have snapped, something that was shielding all the rage that had built up in him from everything he had been through. Hello. Something in him broke, letting all the rage flood out. Arrow did not kill his mother, and he wouldn't let anyone think so. Arrow wanted to kill him, but he knew he couldn't. Not now, not here, not ever. Arrow was not a killer. He never would be, or else he'd live up to his father's name, and he never wanted to be like his father. Arrow calmed himself down and turned around to make his way back to his den, where it was safe. Before Arrow could even take a step forward, he heard a familiar voice, his father. He turned around and spotted his father talking to Anitha. Arrow perked up as he saw Eonar standing next to his father. Anitha turned around to address Carapine that they were now leaving. Bara thanked them all for what they have done to help them and said their goodbyes. Arrow watched as Eonar stayed next to his father, but he didn't follow after Anitha. Lashing his tail irritably, he saw Koda speak with Anitha. Arrow's gaze softened as he noticed Koda's tail drop, and his overall personality changed to a more timid and submissive-like way. Arrow watched as Koda approached Eonar and pressed against Eonar and wrapped their tails around each other in an affectionate manner. Anitha approached them after a while, and Koda hesitantly began to follow her. Carapine had made their way back home, but Eonar was still there. Then it hit Arrow. Eonar was staying with Altair. But why? Okay. So that was chapter 6. Any thoughts or whatever? Feel free to. Oh, and now we're screaming. Okay, nice. Thanks. Oh, wrong finger. Wrong finger. Thoughts on the book? Low-key kind of hungry. Thank you. Okay, any final thoughts or questions? Because I'm going to leave soon. So if you have any questions or any thoughts, feel free to say them right now. Thank you. So any thoughts? How much is it going to be, like, in price? That honestly depends on how long I can stretch it out into. But I'm thinking around like $10, maybe 15, but probably not 15, like 10. Why did you have to make Carp die? For the traumatic backstory, of course. For his traumatic lore. Why not? Of course I had to. You've seen him. He sees him. Only 10? I don't know. I don't like overpricing stuff. Yes, I need it dramatic for the lore. He has to be traumatized. Everyone knows that. Only 10. I don't like overpricing stuff because I'm kind of like, I don't know. But like, I don't know. Oh, hi. So any final thoughts, questions, whatever, say them because I'm going to leave in like 15-20 is a nice range for the book. 10 is a little underpriced. Oh, I just don't know how much people would buy it for because I feel like I'm like a small creator. Therefore, a lot of people wouldn't like buy it if it was like so. I don't know. Probably like 15 maybe. I don't know. So, any final thoughts, questions? Underpriced. Okay, then I'll raise it like to 15. 16 maybe, 17 maybe. So, no questions, final thoughts? What about $30? $30 is a little overpriced. Sorry, but a little overpriced. I don't want to drain people. So, any final questions, thoughts? I'm leaving when the time of this lab gets to 1:25 because it's right 1:24 right now, so no questions, no thoughts. No. I will be releasing this dragon fully, like, when it's done. So probably, like, after this live. So you should totally look out for that. No questions. Okay, then. I will be leaving. I'm going to go celebrate my birthday with my family. if they could finally wake up from their nap they're taking. My mom's up, but my dad's asleep. So, yeah. I will have fun. Bye.